dressing. Right. Dress.
Nose. Eyes. One. Nose. One face only. Open. Number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Even numbers. One face left back. March.
That's the semen in below. Number
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
11, 12, 13,
14, 15, Chief.
Master semen below. Stand at ease.
Fleet diving in Pacific. Attention! Stand at ease. Attention!
Will the guests please rise for the...
Stand fast. Remainder. Stand at ease. Fleet diving in Pacific. Attention! Carry on the trails. I'll try and keep this short. I'm also aware, sunny day, cold beer, divers, I'll try and keep it short. 2 years ago, almost to the day, I was up here assuming command of Fleet Diving in the Pacific. At the time, I quoted one of my commanding officers from my years on exchange in the United Kingdom. And he was an aviator. He was a helicopter pilot who assumed command of one of their mine hunters. And he said that he really loved having a clearance diving team embarked on the mine hunter. Because he said they reminded him of aviators. And it wasn't because they had big giant watches and they hit on your wives and girlfriends at parties. It was because they were a feeder trade, what they call a robber trade in Britain. They're guys that started somewhere else and had to fight to get into the branch and had to go through a lot, and they loved what they did. And he said in that way they were a bit like aviators. And I think it's true, but there's a lot more to it than that. Diving units are unique within the Navy. And what we do is quite unlike anything done by the frigates, the destroyers, the MCDVs that make up the core of our conventional Navy. Deep diving, mine countermeasures, salvage, demolitions, bomb disposal, they're all specialized roles. And because the training's so long and specialized, most clearance divers will then spend the remainder of their career in a diving unit. During my tenure here at Fleet Diving in the Pacific, I've had the good fortune to see virtually all of these skills exercised or used operationally. Whether it was carrying out diving rescue exercises on an Australian submarine in the Indian Ocean, whether it was ice diving at 3,000 feet altitude in the Rockies in northern BC, whether it was seeing our MCM team go and at short notice learn very shallow water MCM skills, and then exceed the VSW capabilities of the dedicated British American teams in RIMPAC, or seeing the counter-ID work carried out by our divers in Afghanistan. The skill and dedication I've witnessed by the divers and support staff still impress me today as much as they did when I was a young sub-lieutenant doing my ship's diver course 15 years ago or 16 years ago out in Halifax. When I saw what the diving unit did then, it made me want to become a clearance diving officer. And if you want to blame someone for that, there's a tall chief somewhere in the stands here who was my instructor, who also encouraged me, so you can have a word with him after. Of course, having this many long-serving, specialized people in a unit also means you've got a unit full of Type A personality. Most of them have some pretty strong opinions about how the unit's run and issues that concern the branch. I'd be lying to you if I didn't say it didn't make for some interesting and spirited discussions. I can remember 20 years ago having to take a mandatory leadership theory class at the military college. Guaranteed I didn't learn anything from it, but I do remember discussing, there were a lot of discussions on how to motivate people. motivating divers is not usually an issue. Usually the issue is how to restrain their motivation, or at least channel it into safe and fiscally responsible areas. I can honestly say wherever I go for the remainder of my career, I should be so lucky as to have a group of people that care about their branch and care about their unit as much as the divers do. I used to say that the most I ever aspired to in my career was to make Lieutenant Commander and command a dive unit. And now, unbelievably, my 2 years has come and gone in a flash, and I've got to figure out something else constructive to do with myself for the remaining 15 years of my career. Wherever I go and whatever I do, it'll be tough to beat my time here at FDU. It's been an honor to serve as your CO, and I wish John all the best in his term in command. Thank you all.
Three officers, 28 chief and petty officers, 49 mastermen and all armed plane. You wish to address the officers and men under your command, sir?
Yes.
Fleet Avenue Pacific. Stand down. Easy. Stand easy.
Lieutenant Commander Couillard, Commanding Officer, Fleet Diving Pacific, will now make his assumption of command speech.
Well, this is it, guys. I want you to relax now. I need an icebreaker, so I really appreciate a big round of applause and cheers at the next 5 things I say. Team on board. Family. For those who know me, the last time I had to do this in front of such a illustrious group of divers, I was in Halifax. It was a mess dinner of clearance divers, and I was selected to introduce the Navy captain, which was our guest of honor. Instead of reading his biography, which I thought was really boring, I thought it would be a little funnier if I read his Chinese astrology, which is very colorful. The only thing is that his sign was the pig. So needless to say that if I was to bet on that moment on how my career is going to go, I wouldn't be here today. And I'm already sure you sir it's not going to happen today. I still got a board to pass next week. I first would like to recognize the work that Lieutenant Commander Rob has done over the past couple of weeks. I can't say enough about it. The entire week of turnover. It's obvious, Rob, that the past 2 years you've had a great command, and that you're turning over the unit that's high-speed, low-drag, ready, ready, and you've had a great service. Congratulations. Few more things I want to cover. First of all, in case you didn't notice, yes, I'm French-Canadian. Hawkson's French-Canadian. Your XO is French-Canadian. CMOG 4 is French-Canadian. EO is French-Canadian. So if I were you, I'd watch the French jokes.